Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. My name is Brink, and today we're making a little bit of Terra Steel here because my mana pools are filled, and we're going to need a lot of Terra Steel in the future, so might as well keep capping it off and making Terra Steel every time it does cap off. I could probably make 4 Terra Steel at the moment because it takes a quarter of each pool to make a Terra Steel. In other words, if I only had one pool, it would take the whole pool. But since there's 4 of them, it's divided by 4, so a quarter. So this is still pulling. It's got the spark to help it, but am I missing something? Because this should have been done by now. It's usually a lot faster. I see that it is draining. And by the way, you see the lava there. That's only because the mana pools were filled. Once they get drained even a little bit, the thermal lilies will start chewing up the lava in a few minutes. But yeah, this is taking longer than usual. All right, finally, this took a little bit of time. But anyway, yeah, this will continue. I'll keep doing Terra Steels off camera, but I just wanted to show you that I am working on that because in some future or another, we're going to be making the creative cell. And like I explained before, I'm not in a hurry to make it. I mean, I'm not sure if I can finish it now because I just came to the realization that we need awakened cores to make this. If we take a look real quick, we have just about everything we need to make it, except for these guys right here. And they take a lot of these awakened blocks. I mean, there's 1 there in each of these. There's 3 here. Plus another 1 here. So that's 4, 5, that's 6. Plus another 1 here is 7. And in this one, I don't know if it has. No, it probably doesn't. How about the center? No, it doesn't. So this one has a lot of nether stars. It's amazing. This recipe is a lot more expensive than I thought. That said, we are not ready for the awakened cores yet. I'm going to have to develop to that. But I do have a lot of hearts. Been killing more of them. Let's take a look at my hearts. I got 5 here, and then the draconium blocks, I got 3 here. So yeah, there's a lot more to do, as well as the draconium dust. So I don't see how we're going to be able to do this without doing a lot of excavating, or maybe settle on doing the rftools method. Now we're going to take a quick trip over to the mass fab. I'm going to show you what I've done here. Actually, I forgot to bring something, but you'll notice that off camera, we have, by the way, 6 quantums, and I only needed 2 to complete the requirements for the creative cell. But since we're not ready to build the creative cell, why even put them in there? So I'm going to keep them here, making UU matter for me. And another thing that I came to realization is that I shouldn't be converting these to quantums yet. I think it's better to keep them as ultimates. So I made rows of 8 here, and I'll just continue going and make a field of solars here. The reason is that to make a quantum, you need the quantum flux in the center, the quantum core I should say, not the quantum flux. But this essential item here, the quantum core, and it requires, well, the nether stars can be done, but it does require iridium somewhere or another. Where is it? Here, yes. We need these iridium. So instead of wasting the iridium for quantums that produce the same amount of power as the ultimates, just 8 of them though, I'm going to use those iridiums to make more. And then when I'm ready to make the creative cell, then I'll convert them over with the quantum cores to make the quantum, the 2 quantums that I need. The other consideration is that in the nighttime, these produce less. Even though you multiply by 8, these produce less than this one. So, but the thing that I thought about is that as soon as it gets to nighttime, you'll notice that one of the players here has the Draconic Evolution device that speeds up the nighttime so that it becomes daytime quicker. So it's only for a little while that it'll lose its charge. You see the storage is going down again. But by the time it gets to morning over there, you'll see that this will start picking up again. So it'll, well, yeah, it went to 0. But you can see the sun is there, so it'll pick up in a bit. At any rate, so it's only a little bit of loss there. But these do continue working. Oops. Oh, I teleported with my... I shouldn't keep it on my bar here. At any rate, those are the things that have been going on. Here we are at the base again. One of my commenters mentioned a good idea to start putting the roof up. And then I thought to myself, what kind of roof can I put here? And he suggested, why not put dark glass? And I like the way it looked. I doubled up on this layer here, just so that it wouldn't be on edge. And it looks pretty good. I mean, it sort of matches the rest of the motif. If I can get something with a little bit of red in it, but I don't want a tinted red because that's just way too much red. But this dark glass does look nice. I'm just worried about how it will look like over here, because we're going to see a lot of streaks and a lot of lines. I'm not sure that's going to work out too well. So I've been mob grinding some sheep, because to make the dark glass, as you know, takes a lot of wool to make these curtains. Dark glass, and it's this one here. These curtains here require any color of wool to make a door shape, and that makes that. But the sand and the glass we have enough of, so we can do it. It can be done, and I can grind more wool. It's just that I'm worried. So I think I'm going to do just one side before I commit to doing all 4 sides and the rest of the expansion of the bases out there. So we'll see how that works out. At any rate, today we want to work on, another thing. I made 2 more, and we could probably actually even make a few more, because I've been grinding some iridium. My replicator's been running all night, and I just checked it, and we had a couple of hundred iridium. So I'll let that keep going. It's going to take a little while, and it's working. Cool. Now, so we're not going to do the creative cell today. I got to kill a lot more dragons, and that's going to be a while. So I thought to myself, one thing we can do is to work on rftools. It's a mod that I kind of wanted to avoid, because things you can get too quickly. It makes the game, it sort of shortcuts your game, it detours your game, so that you work toward rftools and get over the game as quickly as possible. It wasn't my intention to rush this game. I wanted to have fun with it, but it turns out that there are some things in this pack that if you don't use rftools, you will be grinding really in a suffering mode. So the way they made it, it's sort of like you have to use rftools. Not like if you want to, but you have to. Because to get all the not the nether stars, the awakened draconium, yeah, that's just impossible to grind all of those dragons in the end. But if I make a dragon world, I can get all the draconium I want, as well as the fact that the draconium ingots, these purple ones, I'm running out, and there's no other place to get it other than those comets, and that's a real big grind. But if we can make a world of that stuff, then I think it'll work out better for us. Less suffering, you know what I mean? So yeah, I moved the magnum torch up here, and see if we can grab that. I'll clean this up a little bit, but what I want to do is maybe use this side of the panel here for rftools, and I'll put all the machines on this side. Maybe the teleporters down here. I don't know how I'll set them up. I haven't worked with rftools. I don't know anything about them, so we'll see how it works. I've added another layer of lasers, and you can see that it's occasionally working. Apparently it needs it for a craft of some kind. And I've also added a little hopper there temporarily, because there was one night that I wanted to put thousands of redstone in there, so put a chest in there and just let it run, and goes into the ME system while I'm asleep. Alright, so now let me get some things together. I need some reinforced machine blocks, I think. Let me take a quick look and see how this is working. Let me get one of these machines. I think, I don't know, there's one called the Dimension Builder. Let's take a look at that. Dimension Inscriber. Dimension Builder. Oh, wow. This needs Awakened Draconium as well. How about that? Oh, wow. Oh, man. Oh, noes. I'm not sure I have enough of this. I may have to grind a comet anyway. But what I was hoping to see instead, this. Machine frames. And I thought all of them had them, but apparently not. This Dimension Builder requires something different. Oh, well, this one has it also. What is this? Creative Dimension Builder. Maybe this was what I clicked on before. No, it is the same one. Okay. So this will take a lot of work to do. Alright guys, this is the way I see it. As far as I can see, we won't be able to do that Dimension Builder because I don't have enough Awakened Draconium. I don't have enough of the Draconium as well. So I'm here in the end. I'm going to harvest this this particular meteor that I found, amazingly. I had to go pretty far, but not too far. It wasn't too bad. It was about 5,000. Well, it says right there in the mini-map. 5 by 3,000. And I found this one. But they're hard to spot because in order to fly, you know, you have to generate land slowly. So it takes a little while. Let's see if we can get this started. And is it going? Yeah, it's going. Okay, so it's a pretty good size, but not everything was covered. I don't think this might be covered. Let me take a quick look, though. If we do F9, we can take a look at the boundary box. Yeah, everything should be covered. Okay. The thing is, I stepped back to quarry one more chunk because I wanted to make sure that I covered everything. But yeah, this will take a little while, and we'll come back. I marked it with a waypoint, even though you don't see it at the moment. But by the time we harvest this one, and it looks like a smaller meteor than what I found before, this one shouldn't yield a whole lot. But yeah, I'm going to put Silk Touch on it, bring it back, and then I'll fortune it. Alright, so for this episode, I figure what I could do. One of the things that I've wanted to do, I don't know that I did this on camera yet, but there is a wireless system for applied energistics. I seem to recall it was this. I think I've built it in the monster server, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've done this already, but I don't remember. Anyway, we're going to need a wireless receiver. One of these things. Ooh, shiny. And let's see what was the rest. To make that, we have the quartz little crystal there. I think I have an extra ME. Yes, I do. The terminal, that is. And then we need this dense, which requires these energy cells. And the energy cells require the wrench. And I just made the wrench. Nope, I didn't make the wrench yet. Okay. What I did was build the things needed to make the wrench. The things, the Cenarium, which was like 64 alloy or something like that. We need another Galgador. One of these ingots. Not sure how long that will take. Let's see if it gives us an estimate. It's going to be about a minute, I think. And with the magic of editing, there it is. We'll make it the wrench, that is. And now this wrench is reusable in the crafting recipes of things that you build. So I'm not worried about having to make another one of them. Let's make this. We need these energy cells. We should have everything we need. I just want to make sure we aren't using any of the pure, because they take a little bit of work to make. And now we need 8 of these. Did I just make one though? Not sure that I made one. Let's see. Energy cell. Yes, I did make one. So we're gonna need 7 more. Oh, I gotta place these in there. That's cray. So we got 3. Oh boy, you gonna make me do this? Alright. 1 more. We have that. Wireless. And one of these. And so there it is. Now, with that done, we can now make this craft, which is the wireless terminal. And that's what we'll be carrying around with us. It's getting charged. Happily, I can say it's being charged by either my my suit, which charges items, or the wireless charger below the ground under my base, or both. I'm not sure. I understood that you had to charge it with AE, but I guess not. I'm very happy to say that it can charge on its own with RF. So next thing to do is this ME chest, which requires that that wrench again. We're going to need that terminal. Now I used the terminal for something else. I do have one of these blanks. I'm not going to make that. We could just go like that. Yeah, I have maybe one more left after that. But let's put that together. And there's our ME chest. Now that goes above a 16K, which I don't believe I have any. But we'll check real quick. I don't have any, so we'll craft that. Cool. Now let's bring that up again. The security terminal. And that goes in the middle, and there it is. Okay, so from what I understand, if I remember correctly, this needs its own channel, and we're going to need a couple of channels, and this one is really close to being dried up. And then out of the controller, we have another one that goes this way into some various temporary things, just until I get some setups going. And then it splits apart in 3 other places underneath to go into these machines all around the base. So I'm going to leave those alone. I have another spot here, which we can use. Now I have an anchor, and I have a different colored smart cable, which we can connect here. And notice that the whale list says 15 of 32 channels. So we have a couple of spare channels here, as long as we don't connect to that separate side of the controller down there. And that's why I use that anchor below. So why don't we place it a little bit further from there, because I don't want to tie up anything touching. I'm going to need another anchor here, I think. Let's see. We'll do that. That should work. And go across. Oh, it's touching below. That's not good. Let's break that apart. And separate with the anchor again. And now we have an isolated set of 8 channels here available to us. So I'm free to go ahead and place this down. I think I'm going to place it a little bit further, because from what I remember, we're going to need a separate unit going to it. We could probably put it right above. I'll explain in a moment, but notice we have 1 of 8 channels. So this security terminal is using 1 of 8 channels. Now another thing I could potentially do, which might be better actually, now that I think about it, is we can go under. Oh, there's something there. No matter, we can use an anchor. And then place the security terminal. See, so it's now out of the way, since I have my door here for access back here into the employee-only lounge back here. So I'd rather keep it out of the way. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's above ground. It wouldn't be too much in the way. But underground, it's a little bit better sightly. So it's clear air up here, you know. So here's the security terminal. We can now pop this in. I believe this goes here. It's shaped differently. I'm not sure if it goes here, but let's give it a try. Okay, so now it's linked. Let's see. Yes, it says linked right there on the 3rd line. And full of energy. So now we should be able to access our ME system. Out of range. Oh, yeah. There is one more thing, and that's what I was talking about. There is another device we have to connect to this in order to link this wireless terminal to the security terminal. And notice that the wireless terminal will only work if you have one of these security terminals, because you have to link it through it. There's no other way to link to your network without a security terminal. So the thing we want to build is called an access point. Let's pull that up. Point. And this tiny little object right here. Looks like we're going to need one of these again. Another one of these shinies. And we'll pull up the anchor. Do we have another quartz fiber? We do. And all of that is doable. There it is. Okay, so let's see if I can recall. I don't remember from here on, though. I think this goes like that into a separate channel. And it's going to chew up one more channel. So now we have a total of 2 channels, as you can see in Wayla. And there's something we have to do with this. This is for the booster. Now, this doesn't have any booster connected to it at the moment, so my range is 16 blocks. That means I should be able to go... Let me count off. Now, we're counting from here, not from the security terminal. From here, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is the 16th block, right on the end of this line, but in the middle of this device here. Oh, no, right here. 16 blocks from here. So if I step any further away from it, I should not be able to access. Now let me get close and we'll access. And there's my ME system. And you know what? I like to set this up as items. That's the way I like it. Okay, now if we step beyond this line, we should lose it. Yep, wireless out of range. Yep, so it is 16 blocks. Now, one thing we can do to be able to go to the ends of my base, I don't really need to go all the way to the EU power manufacturing plant all the way at the end of the island over there. I don't need to go that far, but let's build a few boosters just to go to the end of my base as we can see it. Now this isn't too expensive to build. Notice that this is ender pearl powder, which is just ender pearls that are pulverized or macerated or sag milled. That's all that is. So let's make a few of them. That should be good enough. And let's give this a try. Now, as we saw, inside this wireless access point is where you put these devices. And they chew up a lot more energy. Notice 22 now. And I think it's a ratio of 2 to 1. So this is actually 44 RF per tick, which actually for me is nothing because we are making a lot of power. But we'll see if we really need that much. And I'm going to give this a try yonder just to see how far I can get. Aha, so we are up to here. And you know, honestly, I don't see why we would need a wireless ME system this far away. But yeah, I may go at least up to here. I'll make a couple more boosters and that'll secure. You know what I do need is for the magical areas. Now, I don't know if this has a limit. Maybe it's 99. I don't know. But there we have a range of 68, and we're using 32 times 2. That's 64 RF per tick. Let's see if we have access here. We do. Now, this is actually where I should be measuring from because this is where I would need the ME system. So I think I can cut a few, actually. Let's see how far we can go. So yeah, maybe 1 or 2 boosters. Each one of the boosters is 8 blocks. So maybe just 1 booster would be fine if we knock it out. Stored somewhere. And that should be good. Now if I go to the end of this wall, that should be good. Yes, I have access here. And I don't think I have much access any further. Actually, I think I measured this absolutely perfect because I'm right at the wall. I can actually cut a few more because I never need to stand on this wall and access the ME terminal. But you guys know what I mean. But that's essentially it. That's, in a nutshell, wireless ME control with an access point and a security terminal. Alright guys, I think I have run out of time for this episode. By next episode, I'll have collected some more Draconium, and I actually activated another Awakened Core sigil ritual. Not sigil, but just a ritual to get some more Awakened blocks. And next episode, we'll see if we have enough to continue. Alright, till next time guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time.